Lesson 5-5 Mixed Numbers and Improper Fractions, and in this lesson you learn to express mixed numbers as improper fractions and vice versa. When are you ever going to use this? Knowing how to express numbers in different forms can help you determine the amounts of ingredients when increasing a recipe. Okay, words we need to understand will be a mixed number and an improper fraction. Tennis, anyone? Tennis rackets come in a variety of grip sizes. Three of these are 4 and 3/8, 4 and 1/4, and 3 and 7/8. The numbers 4 and 3/8, 4 and 1/4, and 3 and 7/8 are examples of mixed numbers. Okay, definition which you need to write down. A mixed number shows the sum of a whole number and a fraction. Again, the sum of a whole number and a fraction. Okay, so when you say 4 and 3/8, it's 4 plus 3/8. 4 and 1/4 is 4 plus 1/4, and 3 and 7/8 is 3 plus 7/8. Let's take a look at this exercise and let's see how we can compare mixed numbers written as fractions. Okay, so if you look at this block right over here, if we write this as a mixed number, I can see that I have one whole square and 1/4 of the other square, so I can name this as 1 and 1/4. If I get the same square and I divide it into 4 parts now, just like the other square, and if I now count the number of squares, the number of fourths in these two squares, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be 5/4. And if you notice, these two figures are exactly the same thing. So we can say that 1 and 1/4 is equal to 5/4. Okay, so what do you notice? Let's answer these two questions. How many 1/4s are there? We just answered that. That's, of course, there are 5 of them. What fraction is equivalent to 1/4? That is 5/4. Okay, and it's saying that a fraction like 5/4 or 6/5 with a numerator that is greater than or equal to the denominator is called an improper fraction. Again, another definition. Okay, so a fraction, okay, with a numerator that is greater than or equal to the denominator is what we call an improper fraction. So look at the numerator. 5 is greater than 4. Okay, if it's greater than or equal to the denominator, you can say that that is an improper fraction. To express a mixed number as an improper fraction, you can use a model. Let's take a look at example number 1 and see how this works. Express 3 and 1/2 as an improper fraction. Okay, so this is the model that we are talking about. 3 and 1/2. 3 wholes divided by in halves, because the denominator is 2, so do we divide them in halves. Okay, so after getting 3 and 1/2, change the whole number into halves, then count the total number of halves. How many halves are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there are 7 1/2s in 3 and 1/2, so 3 and 1/2 can be expressed as 7/2. Okay, a shortcut, so you don't have to do a model, to writing a mixed number as an improper fraction is to first multiply the whole number by the denominator and then add the numerator. Then write this sum over the denominator. What does this mean? Simply means this. If you have 1 and 1/4, all you need to do is multiply 1 times 4 first. 1 times 4. Okay, and then you add the 1. Add. Okay, so multiply the denominator, add the numerator, you get 5/4. Okay, so that is now how you write a mixed number into an improper fraction without using models. Life science, the body of a vampire bat measures 2 3/4 inches. Express the body length of a vampire bat as an improper fraction. Again, we start off with 2 3/4. Okay, multiply the numerator. Multiply the whole number with the denominator. That's 2 times 4. And then you simply add the numerator. End up with 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 will give you 11 over 4th. Okay? So the result, the result over 4, the body length of the vampire bat can be expressed as 11/4 inches. Okay, let's do it the other way. You can also express improper fractions as a mixed number. To do this, divide the numerator by the denominator. So if we want to express 7/3 as a mixed number, we need to divide 7 by 3. Okay, so if you divide 7 by 3, after doing that, right here, we have a remainder. So write the remainder on the numerator of a fraction that has the divisor as the denominator. What does this mean? So basically what you do is this. After dividing 7 by 3, okay, this becomes our whole number. So let me label them. This becomes your whole number. This becomes your numerator, that's our n, and this becomes our denominator. So whole number, this is our mixed number, will be numerator over denominator. So in this case, since 2 is our whole number, that'll be our whole number. 1 is our numerator, okay, and 3 is our denominator. Okay, so this is how you convert a mixed number back in, an improper fraction back into a mixed number. Now, if you want to use a model for this, this is how a model would look like for 2 and 1/3, and each of the wholes are divided into thirds. Okay, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thirds. Okay, and that's it for this lesson, boys and girls. Thank you for watching.